Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Isabel and this is my library. In today's video, I bring you my Winterween reading log. Today is day one of Winterween and I'm so excited. It feels overcast. It's a gloomy, rainy day here, and I love that it's setting up the mood for Winterween, and I'm so excited, guys. I'm on my patio because it's kind of chilly, and I decided I was gonna spend a little bit of my morning here, starting Winterween, reading my book. I've actually already started, and I am like 25 pages in, I want to say, and I'll tell you now. But for those of you who are not familiar with Winterween, I mean, I doubt you are. If you clicked on this video, it's probably because you either watch all my content or you know what Winterween is. But Winterween is basically an annual readathon that Gabby from Gabby Reads hosts every year, and I have participated in Summerween and Winterween for the last couple of years, and it's something that I look forward to every year and I love. And this is my first time being around for Winterween and being a content creator. So I'm so excited to document my reading experience, participate in all the challenges, read all the books. I'll go ahead and put up here so that you see what the challenges are for this week. And I'm so excited. Hopefully I can read a lot and get through a lot of books. If I'm able to at least complete one or two and meet all my prompts, I will be happy. So the book I already went ahead and started today is You've Lost a Lot of Blood by Eric LaRocca. And I'm super excited to read this because this is going to fill quite a few of my categories. So I definitely picked it because it is a horror book, so it'll fulfill that category for me. I'm also going to be using this as my buzzword book for January for the cover because it is basically like internal body parts or whatnot, and there's blood on the cover. So I'm also using it to complete that challenge. And this is also one of my 23 books to read in 2023 or 24 books to read in 24. So that carried over and is left over. So I'm completing a bunch of challenges by reading this book. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it so far, guys. Again, I'm only like 20 pages in, but let me tell you a little bit about it. So, this is like a story within a story within a story, and it also has like mixed media. So that I thought was very interesting. So at first it's a little bit weird to wrap your head around. It starts off with a note from the editor, right? And the note is basically saying that you're going to be reading a list of documents put together by this couple, and it appears to be like a couple that was in like kind of like a toxic relationship with each other. That's what I'm getting so far. I'm really loving all of these beautiful illustrations. This centipede thing is really like appearing in everything that I've been reading so far here, so I'm liking that. So it gives you the editor's note, then it gives you a little bit of background on the dynamic between these two characters, right? That they're in a relationship, they're lovers, they're partners. And then part one officially begins, and we're reading from the vantage point of Tamsin, who is this other girl, and supposedly the story of Tamsin and her brother that are on the road going somewhere is a novella that one of the two lovers wrote. So it's like a book within a book within a book. I'm not really sure, but I'm really, really liking it. Like, I'm loving the story within the story. I'm liking the breaks in the story to pull us out to what is happening with the two characters. And it's very dark. This is really dark. This toxic relationship is really like pushing the limits. Like, I believe one murders the other one. Like, so far, that's what I've gathered from like the first couple pages. So that's not a spoiler or anything, but that's kind of where I am. And I'm thinking this story is going to help us understand why one of them killed the other. They keep repeating this phrase, "You've lost a lot of blood." So I'm thinking that, I don't know, that has something to do with like the death scene. But in the part that I'm in with Tamsin and her little brother, apparently that's like there's like a game or something, like an actual game that this man created. So let me just tell you, I'm super confused, but I'm super loving it. Like, I think this is such a perfect book to read for Winterween. I'm really hoping that I continue enjoying this. I'm hoping I can finish this today. That is my goal. I will bring you some more updates as I continue, and hopefully, this is a book I end up loving. I'll catch you up when I'm a little bit further ahead. All right, friends, I'm back with an update. I have officially finished You've Lost a Lot of Blood by Eric LaRocca. And this, I kind of have some mixed feelings about. So first, what I loved is Eric LaRocca's writing. So I will forever be a fan of his writing. I feel like it's so gritty. I feel like his writing is visceral. I feel like it's poetic in a dark way. His phrasing is so beautiful for a lot of things. Yeah, I love that about it. Now, in this, I know in my last update is when I had kind of just started reading, and now I'm updating you once I finish. So there was a story within a story. I remember telling you that, and I enjoyed the novella within this novella. So the two of the characters that exist, one of them wrote that novella, right? And I enjoyed that there was a story within a story element. I enjoyed that novella a lot up until the ending. I feel like it was very, very strong, but then like the ending was not what I wanted it to be, so it kind of let me down a little bit. That's the ending of the novella within the novella. And then I enjoyed the snippets that we got of the bigger story, the framing story of the two men that that are the main characters here. But I found it to be a little disjointed. Like I wasn't sure what the connecting points necessarily were. I don't know, it just felt too all over the place for me. So I didn't enjoy that. However, when I was reading the chapters between them, like and getting more information about these two main characters, I enjoyed that. I really did. And I also enjoyed the characters within the novella and their story. Like I enjoyed that journey of them to the castle, and once they got there, the sister and the brother. I don't want to tell you too much, but I enjoyed that thoroughly, and I thought it was a very cool story. I just feel like nothing really had like an ending or a solution, or everything was not tied together the way I would have wanted it to, or at least explained to me the connecting points between everything. So I think that's why I didn't love it, right? So I'm thinking this is like a 3 star. I'm settling with like a 3 star rating. I think if it would have been any other author, I probably would have been more okay with it. But since it's Eric LaRocca and he's done some of my favorite collections of short stories and some of my favorite books, my expectations were just so high. But it's still a good time. It's still a good book, even if it's not my new favorite or new favorite by this author. I still thought it was pretty good. It does have some strong horror gore graphic scenes, so if you enjoy that and you like that, this will have it. And yeah, I guess I wanted a little bit more, right? So when I finish that, I'm kind of in the middle of 3 other things. And Winterween is just, this happens to me every single Winterween. There's so much I want to read. I want to accomplish all these things from the little prompt list and the bingo board and all of this, that I become very overwhelmed. And the fact that it's only a week long is worse. And it always lands like on a week that I have like a lot of stuff happening. So I don't know. I'm just riding the wave, and I'm doing my best to do Winterween justice and get accomplished whatever I can accomplish. So let me tell you what I'm currently, as of right now, in between. So I'm almost finished with the Danganronpa Volume 4, almost done with this. Thoroughly enjoying it, the resolution to this. Finally get to wrap it up. It is the last volume of this manga. And yeah, I'm excited to do that. So I should be done with it soon. I'm thinking I'll be able to finish this off in a couple hours. Well, it's not going to take me a couple hours. I'll finish it off in like 30 minutes, but it's going to be a couple hours till I can read again. So I'll probably finish that one off. I'm also reading and thoroughly enjoying The Crash by Frida McFadden. So I am reading this on my Kindle, and I had not read this one before. I haven't heard the greatest of things. I think this has like a 3-star average rating on Goodreads, but I'm liking it. I do have thoughts though, so let me share those with you. So basically, in this, we are following this young woman who is pregnant, and we meet her like she's in her like third trimester. I think she's, about to give birth soon. She is currently in like this legal kind of I don't want to say like, she's currently doing some legal workings with a lawyer who's trying to get her some money for her silencing certain things that have happened, and it has to do with her being pregnant and the father of her unborn baby and all of that. That's pretty much like the premise of it. But then something happens that goes sideways, that whole deal that she's making with the lawyer. And she gets in her car to visit her brother, and it's a blizzard, right? So it's like the worst possible choice she could have made. And she goes driving in this inclement weather, and there's obviously a crash, right? Now here's my thing. So I'm invested, right? I was invested in the story. I keep going back and forth with the fact that this is called The Crash, because like the crash happens, right? And now that the book has morphed into something else, right? And I get it, but I wish it would have been called something else, because I felt like we were leading up to the crash because that's the name of the book, but then the crash just kind of happens immediately. And now things have turned sideways and something else is happening. I'm really enjoying where the book is right now. And again, I don't want to tell you too much about that, to keep you knowing as little as possible, because I like going blindly into these things, so you might too. But right now we're in a good part. I think I'm about maybe 50% of the way through, so I'm close to finishing this, because these are very easy reads for me. I read these very, very quickly. So I am enjoying it. I like where it's going. I have some suspicions of where it's going. I'm not sure if it's gonna have like a big plot twist. Already we had a little bit of a revelation in the part that I am in, which wasn't a huge plot twist. It was kind of like, yeah, I can see that. That's where this was kind of going. But I am enjoying it. I think it's very a thrillery, if you will, high stakes. We are invested in this very pregnant main character who's about to give birth any minute, who's sustained some injuries because of this crash. And yeah, I'm eager to finish it and see what's going on. So I'm enjoying my time with this one. And then I'm also in the middle, not really in the middle, I'm kind of in the beginning of Yours Cruelly, Elvira. And this is the Memoirs of the Mistress of the Dark by Cassandra Peterson. And I'm enjoying this a lot. I'm consuming this mostly with my audiobook, and I like it because the audiobook is narrated by Cassandra Peterson, and I enjoy listening to her. And so right now we are working our way chronologically through her life. So it starts off with her narrating a little bit about her youth and when she grew up, and her life as a child and her adventures as a child, and her difficult relationship with her mom and her wonderful relationship with her father. So that's kind of where I am right now. I'm really enjoying the narrative voice. It has a lot of funny moments. She has that unique humor. So I'm really, really liking this. I also like that it has some pictures. The memoir does have some photos, so I am enjoying that. And here are some of them. But I do like that a lot. And yeah, it's proving to be a very, very nice time. I'm enjoying getting to know her as a person, since it's someone that I grew up watching on TV, and I really thought she was wonderful. So yeah, so that's where we are right now, guys, with my Winterween plans. And I have so many things going on, such busy days, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to wrap up these one, two, three books. So my goal is to wrap up these three books within the next day and a half, and that way I'll have read four books, and I am going to then see what is going to count, what's going to count for my Winterween prompts, and hopefully I get through some significant amount of those prompts and maybe some of the bingo stuff, because other than that I don't think I'll have a chance to read anything else before Winterween is over. I mean, I can always extend it, but I don't think I want to do that because I want to put this vlog up. And yeah, so wish me luck. I'm really liking what I'm reading so far, though. I think it's great, you know? So I'm just hoping I'm able to. I feel like a lot of the things, like, I feel like all three of these have red on the cover, and all three of these are kind of like 2025 releases I didn't get to. And all three of these are either thriller or horror. So I don't know. I think I have a lot of the same book, you know, but we'll see. I'll update you once I finish any of these. I'll tell you how I'm feeling about it. And then I'll let you know, of course, at the end, how many of the prompts I completed and what I was able to accomplish. So I'll catch you in a little bit. Guys, I'm gonna stop reading for a second because first of all, the weather's beautiful, right? So you guys know I'm in Miami and it's hot a lot of the time, you know? So a lot of times I want to enjoy outdoor time in my patio. I love sitting on my egg chair to, you know, read and relax and enjoy the day. But it's just freezing right now. Like when I came out here, the weather was maybe like, I don't know, 75, 70 degrees, you know, normal weather. I came out barefoot, like, you know, and I've been sitting here for like a little bit and I, you know, turned on my camera, started filming, and within the last, I want to say, I don't know, 10 minutes, I think the temperature has dropped 25 degrees because it feels like it's literally like 50 degrees. And I don't know if you could hear my wind chime, but the wind was just like out of control. And oh my god, look at my egg chair! Like the wind is so intense that it's like my egg chair doesn't even need me to move it. I don't know if you could see, but like my tree is like just going crazy, and my wind chime under my tree is, you know, going crazy too. But the weather is absolutely stunning. Like it's beautiful. Um, I'm really enjoying my Dunkin' Rampa. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to be out here because the weather is turning. I think it's going to be very cold tonight. So you're a little bit crooked. Let me fix it. And so the weather is my hair's like getting a little crazy. The weather's definitely going to keep plummeting. So it might be my plant. Two of my plants are actually on the floor right now because of the wind, and my fan on my pergola is spinning and spinning and spinning. So, I mean, the weather's just great, but if you could only see my wind chime, I don't think you could see it from here. Do you see it? I think you can catch a little bit of a glimpse there. But yeah, so it's definitely lovely weather. I'm gonna continue enjoying my book. I just wanted to update you on that because Miami normally doesn't have this kind of weather, and I'm just thrilled. I'm thrilled that it's cold. I think it's gonna go down to like the 40s this weekend, maybe. You know, so I'm hoping we can have really really cold weather. There's my husband asking me about the pizza. So yeah, my husband's turning on the oven. I had originally wanted to cook outside today, but I think it might be too cold to use the Blackstone or the barbecue because it's I'm gonna have to go inside in a little bit. But
No, problem solved.
oh my god, I got a shawl.
Problem solved. Is this a shawl or a blanket? I don't know the difference.
This is like,
Okay, here you go.
thank you, love. Thank you.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
very
Your
much.
little feetsos.
Yes. Thank you, love.
You're welcome.
It really got cold though. I wanted to stop my reading for a little bit to update you on that. I'm gonna try now that my husband brought me the shawl. I'm gonna try to stay out here just a little bit more because it's really nice. But I think if anything, I'll go put on a hoodie and then come back out here for the remainder of the day. All right, guys, I finished Danganronpa Volume 4. This is my second book for this vlog, and yeah, it was really good, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna end up giving it the 4 or the 5 star. I need to think about it. I have given some of the books in this series a 4 star, and I've given some 5 star. But it was just such a good kind of experience reading this, having played the video games, having loved the video games. I loved it. I really, really did. I think it's a great novelization of the video games. And if you are a fan of the video games, I highly recommend that you read this. And yeah, this was definitely a lot of fun. Um, I spent some time out here. It's getting dark already, actually. I did a few changes. I added like a cozy blanket in the back. I do have this blanket going on. And I told my husband my feet were cold. So, guys, I love socks, right? So this is just like a quick thing before I go inside. I love socks. So my husband knows I love socks and I collect socks and I'm always getting like new cool cute socks. He decided, guys, that he was going to order me toe socks. Toe socks. I had never had toe socks before. I don't know if you guys have had toe socks before. So he was so excited. They got delivered and he's like, "Look what I got you." And it's like a 3 pack of toe socks. They are so uncomfortable, guys. Like, I don't even think I can show you. These are my toe socks, guys. They look cute, sure. You look at them and you're like, wow, those are very cute. But they're not, guys. They are not comfortable. They are very uncomfortable. So my husband bought them for me. I tried them on. I I put them on. I wore them like once or twice. I did not tell him that I don't love them. As a matter of fact, I don't think he knows how uncomfortable they are. So now I told him, babe, can you get me some socks? My feet are really cold. And he brought me the toe socks. So now I don't know if I should tell him that I don't love the toe socks. It's just weird. Like I have little tiny toes, right? So I feel like they don't like fully go inside of the toe sock. It's like the weirdest thing. I'm gonna like now Google like toe socks and how people feel about them because I don't know why. And then I wiggle my toes and it feels like I have a wedgie on my toes. It's like the weirdest thing. I know this is so random, but do you guys have toe socks? Have you ever tried on toe socks? I want to know. I didn't want to break his heart and tell him that I don't love the toe socks, but now I feel like if I don't tell him, he's going to continuously, every time I ask him, hey, can you get me some socks? That he's going to go to the toe socks because I love them so much. So I don't know, guys. It's really windy now. So I think I'm going to call it and I'm going to, go inside. But this was just lovely. Great weather. Look at how nice. Let me see if I can get a good shot of that. I don't think I can because of my egg chair. Look how lovely my tree is, like in this windy, windy weather, and my chime keeps going off. So much fun. I love it. All right, guys. So finished my second book for Winterween. It was great. Now I will finish The Crash soon, I think. Maybe after dinner. If it's not too cold, I'll come back outside, turn on some lights, and try to read a little bit more. But I will update you once I'm done with The Crash. And yeah, then all I have left is to finish the Cassandra Peterson book, and then I'll be done. And if I run out of time, maybe I'll just include these 3 books as a part of this reading vlog. We will see. But I will definitely update you once I have made some more progress with The Crash. I'm back with an update, guys. Not necessarily the update I promised you of coming back when I finished The Crash, but I did finish something, and I did finish Yours Truly, Elvira by Cassandra Peterson. So was this is good, right? So I'll start by telling you that I gave it a 4 star. But I will preface by saying that I am a big Elvira fan. I purely nostalgically, right? I grew up watching Elvira and I was a fan of everything spooky and Halloween. So she was such an icon. I have very fond memories of watching all her little antics and, she was such an important part of my growing up, of me watching like spooky stuff that I liked. I thought she was beautiful. I thought she was witchy and vampire-y, and I wanted to like dress up as her when I was a little kid, and my mom was like, no. So I feel like I'm bound to like this because I like Elvira. That's what I want to preface this by saying. So I wish more of the book would have been about Elvira, her time as Elvira. I feel like it takes a long time to get us there. So I wish it would have been more about that. The beginning or the first half of the book, which is focusing on the earlier parts of her life, were interesting. I enjoyed hearing her talk about like famous people that she encountered or befriended or that came into her life. Some of the things she says aren't great about certain, actors and famous people. So, I found that to be a little iffy. There were some things here that I also thought were a little questionable. Certain comments that she makes, stuff like that. So I can see why some people have some problems with certain things that she says in this book, but I enjoyed it just because I love Elvira, right? So I wish I could have given this 5 stars. I'm gonna end up giving it 4 stars. And I think it would have gotten the 5 stars had it focused a little bit more on her and certain stages of her life that I feel she kind of glossed over. So we spent a lot of time in her youth and her in Vegas, and her first performances there, and her being one of the dancers there, one of the girls in Vegas, and a showgirl. And I wish equal parts of that would have been given to more of her story with her husband, or more of her failed relationships, or more on her search for becoming a mom. Like all of that, I feel like it was glossed over very quickly. And again, it's her memoirs, it's her story. She's going to focus on whatever she wants to focus on. You know what I mean? So there's only so much, we can say about that. But I do wish we would have gotten more about Elvira herself, because in my head, like, it's not like Cassandra Peterson I'm obsessed with, it's Elvira I'm obsessed with, so she does do a good job of talking about her fans, and like her fans who were Elvira fans, and how like they should still love and appreciate her no matter what her life choices have been, if they're her true fans, so that kind of contextualized a little bit how people who have these characters that they've created, a lot of times they're not seen as people, they're seen as like an extension of the character. So I do think that put a lot of things in perspective for me, I did consume this audio. There were some parts where I came into the book to look at the photos and read along in tandem, but I really enjoyed the audio experience because it is narrated by Cassandra Peterson. So I loved listening to her voice and her funny little quirky jokes, because that's kind of what I liked so much about her too, that she was a beautiful, dark, mysterious woman who was also funny, and ditzy. She had all these other sides to her. So I enjoyed that very much because it made her very real to me. Yeah, so this was good if you like memoirs. I don't necessarily recommend it if you're just someone who likes memoirs, but if you are an Elvira fan or a Cassandra Peterson fan, I do recommend it. It gets you to know her a little bit more as a person, and what her story is, and what she's been through, and how she's viewed the world. So there is a lot of like trigger warning things here. So check the trigger warnings for this book before you dive into it. But she does address a lot of things that were happening in the 70s and the 80s, things that happened to her personally that could be triggering. But I am happy that I was able to read this. I'm happy that I got to know her a little bit better. I'm happy I got my nonfiction in this month. That's important. So yeah, I'm going to end up giving this one 4 stars. And I think it was a great read for Winterween, getting me in the mood for Winterween and spooky stuff while still covering one of my nonfiction reads. So that completes my 3rd book for this vlog. So now all I need to do is finish The Crash. That's where we are right now. So I don't know if I've given you much of an update on this one, but I don't know how I feel about this one. I actually think I told you that, the crash kind of happened and I'm like, okay, what's next? I think this next part has carried on for too long. So this is really, I'm mad. I'm mad at the characters. I'm mad at the situation that is happening. So it's been a little bit of a frustrating read, simply because I don't like, this is something that I guess I'm discovering of in myself as a reader. I do not like when a character is helpless. Like, I don't like that. I don't enjoy reading from the perspective of a character that's helpless. Like, they cannot change the current situation that they're in. Like, there's nothing they can do, and it just drags and drags and drags. This is how I'm feeling about this. Like, I haven't seen really like much of a plot twist. There was one plot twist at the beginning, kind of ish. And no plot twist has happened. I don't know if there's going to be a plot twist, but it has just prolonged this like abuse thing where, our main character's kind of just helpless, and I'm not enjoying that as much. So, not loving it. I just kind of want to finish. Let me see what percentage I'm at so I can kind of tell you where I am right now. Okay, so I'm at the 70% mark right now, 71% or so. I should be able to finish this now, maybe like in the next hour, I think. The weather's beautiful. It's not really cold, but it's not really hot or muggy either. It's really, really nice. So a nice afternoon. So I'm gonna continue reading here under my tree. And yeah, I'll give you a couple updates as I get a little bit toward the end. Hopefully there's a plot twist coming. That's the whole reason I go into these Frida books, because I'm waiting for like a bigger plot twist. So we'll see. I'll come back to update you when something significant happens, or once I'm done with it, to kind of wrap up this vlog. I've been reading for like 15 minutes. We are now at 80%. I think I can push through and finish it. But yeah, man, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because of like her situation or her condition or what's going on, but it seems like it's extra frustrating. And again, I would have to give you like my spoilery thoughts to be able to talk about this, but if you have read this, let me know in the comments down below, like if you felt frustrated as I am feeling right now with where this is going. All right, so I'm going to continue reading, see if I can finish this off within the next 40 minutes or so, and I'll come back with my updates. I'm back, guys. It is the same day, but a little bit later tonight, and I officially finished The Crash by Frida McFadden, and it wasn't great, guys. This is gonna end up being like a 2.75 star for me, I think. There's something very specific that I look for in a Frida McFadden book, and that's basically that it keeps me wanting to turn the pages. It's very bingeable. I can read them in one night or two. This didn't do that for me. This had the things that I normally don't like about a Frida book, and in addition to that, I didn't want to read it. I felt like I told you earlier in my update that it dragged on for too long with this like hopeless, miserable thing. Like, it could have been 50 pages shorter. That whole bit in the basement could have been 50 pages shorter. It was just like frustrating. It was frustrating as a reader. Like, I felt bad, obviously, for the characters, but I was like, okay, like, enough is enough. Like, you know, how long is this going to go on for? And then I really did not like what she did with the ending. Like, she did throw in quite a few plot twists, if you can call them that, right? Like, she threw in like two or three like aha moments, right? I didn't like them. I did not think they were good choices. I thought that it was her trying to now add some unpredictability to her very predictable book. So it wasn't great. I hated what she did at the end. I don't think anything would have really saved the book, but at least it could have been like a 3 star had we just like ended it. But then she threw in these plot twists that didn't make any sense and that were out of character, in my opinion. So I didn't love that. And I feel like she was still like as bamboozled as she was at the beginning at the end. So I feel like there was never like an aha moment or a moment of clarity or anything like that. So there are better Fridas out there, guys, than The Crash. Lately I haven't been loving a lot of the Fridas that I've been reading. I am planning on doing a Frida kind of ranking of the books that I've read. I've read quite a few at this point. For me, at this point, they're pretty just something I go to like binge read when I need a palate cleanser, quick little thrillers, or when I do buddy reads with some of my booktube friends. It's fun to read with them, these books, but I haven't read a really good Frida in a while. So I will be doing soon some sort of like ranking of Frida books, because I think I've read enough already to be able to do that. So I think I'm going to do that soon. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this vlog, guys. This was my Winterween reading vlog, which I always have the loftiest of goals for my Winterween reading vlogs, and
I always get so busy that week. I really don't know what it is, but it always lands like, near like a holiday, and then I don't know what it is, but here we are. Nonetheless, here we are. Let me walk you through everything that I read for this vlog, and then I'll tell you how everything is ranking. So the first thing that I read was You've Lost a Lot of Blood by Eric LaRocca. Then I went ahead and read Danganronpa Volume 4, thus finishing this manga series. Then I finished Yours Cruelly, Elvira by Cassandra Peterson. And lastly, I went ahead and read Frida McFadden's The Crash. So if I had to rate these, I think, so we're going to do Yours Cruelly with 4 stars at the top as my favorite read of this vlog. Then we have Danganronpa Volume 4 coming in at 4 stars as well, but not as much as I enjoyed Yours Cruelly. Then coming in at 3 stars, You've Lost a Lot of Blood. And then Frida McFadden's The Crash coming in at 2.75 stars. So no 5 stars, unfortunately, in my Winterween vlog. I'm still happy I got to do this. I love doing Winterween. Thank you, Gabby, for putting together Winterween and Summerween. It's so fun to do all of the ween readathons throughout the year and have an opportunity to read some spooky things. So I'm happy to have participated in this. Let me know, guys, if you participated in Winterween. What did you read? Did you have any luck and find a 5-star? Have you read any of these books? Let me know how you feel. And yeah, thank you so much for coming with me on this vlogging journey. I look forward to talking to you in my next video. Bye!